Hi guys, it's Nancy and I have a new product sent to me from Arteza. So I wanted to go over it with you guys. This is the brand new 72 Soft Pastel set. Now, as you guys know, I do a lot of scenery stamping with Blue Knight rubber stamps and I like to use pan pastels. So I thought these would be the perfect complement to using the pan pastels. Normally when I use the pan pastels, I'm coloring a larger area, and so in order to get into some of the smaller areas, I have to bring in my pencils, but I'm very limited with my pencil color choices. So I thought this would be the best of both worlds, where I can use the pan pastels along with the pencils, but to bring in these 72 soft pencils. So first of all, their shipping was super fast. I will link the link down below, and we have a small discount code for you guys. But it says on here, 70 unique colors, smooth texture, non-toxic, ideal for blending and layering. These are not oil pastels, so they're going to have almost like a chalky texture to them. It says 72 soft pastels, but there's 2 whites and 2 blacks, hence you get 70 colors, okay? Now, packaging, I have opened this already, I will say is beautiful. This is a very heavy box. So you have the slide cover, which you can then decide to keep or discard. But it has all of the colors listed on the back. And here's what's cool. These are actually made in Korea. So these are not a product made in China. I know some of you guys don't want to purchase products made in China. So this is a product that is made in Korea. And again, sticking with the Arteza format, they have all of the colors listed and lots of vibrant colors and a couple of neon ones, which is always cool. So the box itself is a beautiful box. We have this kind of raised embossed for the Arteza symbol. This is painted on or screen painted on, and then the box itself has some texture to it, and then you lift that up. And this was the first thing that struck me, were these 2 little tabs. So normally, if you have some of the Arteza color pencils, they have these 2 little rubber bands, and they drove me nuts because they wouldn't hold the trays. Well, this is not the case. These are very heavy-duty boxes, so there's no reason to repackage or move these around. The pastels are nicely fitted in these styrofoam casings, so you don't have to worry about them breaking or moving around. You saw that piece of styrofoam on top, and then you just lift this handle and it lifts the box right out. And it is a solid bottom box, so you don't have to worry about it flipping or flopping around the way that the plastic containers in the pencils did. And of course, there is a second layer here, and that doesn't have the handles because there really, I guess, is no reason to pull this out. I just want to see, but if you wanted to, yes, you could. It's not glued in, so if you did want to pull it out, you could. But you can see the wide array of colors. There are some neon colors in here, some grays, some neutral tones. There are a couple of skin tones you could use. Of course, some browns and greens for your nature tones. And then here you have your brights with your red, orange, yellows. There's your 2 whites, your pinks, your purples, your blues, and some more greens. So a lot, again, a wide array of colors. The other thing I've noticed is when you do pull them out, trying to be careful here, we're getting them. They do have this kind of wax paper packaging. So as you move down, you can try to push the pastel up or peel the paper away. And it has the pastel color and name code on there. So this will match with the other Arteza products you might have. So A207 is raspberry red, which is nice. And they do all state that they are made in Korea. So what I have actually done is stamped out. This is a stamp from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. It is called Wetlands, if you want to go pick that up. But I've stamped it out with some gray ink just on some smooth cardstock here. And I thought, well, let's just color it in and see what we can get out of it. So this is my first time using them. And I will try to remember the names of the colors. Now, there is some inconsistency with the way the crayons are cut. I'm assuming that they are handmade, not machine made, because some of them are longer than others. But like I said, I'm going to assume that these are hand cut and not machine cut. So this is called Apple Green. And there's a lot of color going down. I'm going to grab some of my tools and see if I can blend and spread them out. So yes, you can. So they work very similar to pan pastels. There is a little bit more fallout in these. But for those of you that like traditional art supplies, I know some of you have not tried the pan pastels. Again, I thought this would be a great complement to the pan pastels if I use this in addition with the pan pastels. And that's, you know, one of the advantages to the pan pastels is there's very little fallout in those. I'm just going to take a couple different colors of green here and see how much I can blend them into each other. When you're using a oil pastel or like a crayon stick or what are those other ones I have over there? The gelatos, pretty much once you put them down, once you mark the paper, you're going to see that. That's what I want to see here, is how much of that is going to come through on this. So you can see even that darker color blends right out. Okay, that makes me happy. Let's try this. All right, this is great. So you're really not having too much of the strokes there. You do see it in the darker area just because there's dark pigment there, but they blend out pretty nice. I would say price point, again, this is probably going to be a better value because you are getting 70 colors. I'll have to look up the price for you guys. And again, we have a little bit of a coupon there. The average price on the pan pastels is about $7 to $8 a pan. So it can be quite expensive to get a few colors. So if you're looking at 10 colors, you're looking at $70. So if this were the same price, you're getting 70 colors. So they're about $1 a stick, which is not bad. And you can see it blended out beautifully. My only issue right now is because I am spoiled by pan pastels that there is some fallout there. But again, no big deal. You just can wipe that up or do your coloring on a spare sheet of paper. Let's keep going here. Let's go into this, into the water. I do like that there is more control because this is a smaller stick. It's very weighty too. It's not super light. There's definitely some weight to that. I'm probably using way too much product. So there's a lot of pigment there. There's a very high level of pigment. It's lots of bright colors going on here. I probably should lay easy on that. Okay. I need a deep, dark, like pine green, jungle green. I'm going to try to go a little thinner with my lines here. So you can still see the line work is still there, but it still blends off of there. So just be aware of that when you're using it. The harder you press, the more that color is going to stay into the paper. The lighter, the easier it's going to be to smudge that around and blend it out. Dolphin Gray. feel like a real professional artist here using these. And all I'm doing is coloring like a 5-year-old. It's a really light gray, and you can see that it very light, and all of those lines came right out because it's a very light application. Okay, so now for another test. As you can see, my fingerprints are getting into everything because of that fallout. I'm going to shake this out over the trash can. But I have some fingerprints at the top here. Let's see if they will erase. It's a regular eraser. And they do, in fact, erase. So great. That's another quality I like about the pan pastels, that I will be able to incorporate this in. Okay. You can see this. A lot of color on there. You don't need a lot. I'm probably being a little too heavy-handed here with my colors. Just brought that color upward and just blended it out. So I can add a little bit more to this one. That is called Hot Pink, my favorite color. And again, the harder you press down, the more those lines stay in play. The more you kind of lightly press, you can blend those lines out. You can bring some color up and kind of blend that all together. Yeah, overall, I'm pretty pleased, you guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to like them. I wasn't sure. I never tried them before. I have not used regular pastels in ages, since I was a kid. I do have some oil pastels, but I tend to shy away from them because when you make a mistake, it's very difficult to kind of clean that up. But you can see here, if I were to use this with full pan pastels, it would have been probably a little bit cleaner. But I really like that I have, again, the whole point of having these was to have an additional option for colors and kind of complementing the pan pastels that I do have. But I am very pleased with how these go down. There's no odor to them. I know what sometimes with oil pastels there's an odor. They are blending very nicely. So the only thing I would say is not my favorite is the fallout, but if you're pretty light-handed, you're not going to have too much of that. I think learning to control how much you put down will help with that, and that's just going to take some practice. But I like how these colors layer on each other. I like how they blend on each other. I like how they blend out in general. And again, I like all of the colors that are available. So that was a really quick demonstration. I'm sure you'll see some more of these as I move forward with my videos, especially with my pan pastel videos. Using Blue Night rubber stamps is where I use them the most. And again, you can always go in and do more. It's just personal preference how far you want to go with it. I have all of these different tools that I use with my pan pastels. Oops, some brown on that one. Well, because it's a pastel, look at that. It blends right out. No harm. But you can see here how you can kind of layer those colors. Yeah, I am pretty impressed. I was not sure what to expect. I know some of them are really dry and really brittle, and it takes a lot of work to put the color down. You know, another thing I'm wondering is if you go in directly and pick up those colors. You can pick them right up with the tool and add those colors in. So yeah, you can do that. I think I like it direct to the paper and then smudging it out better than doing it this way though. Okay. All right. So yeah, there is my review on the Arteza Soft Pastel Sticks. Again, brand new over at Arteza. I will link it down below if you think this is something you may want to try out. You'll definitely be seeing me play with these some more with my pan pastels and my Blue Night rubber stamps. I think it's a great alternative, again, as many products are with Arteza. If you are a budget shopper and you are looking for some value, you get 70 colors that you can use versus a little bit expensive with the pan pastels, which I know. Let me look up these prices for you guys real quick before we log off here. And again, I will have a link down below with a coupon code for you. Oh, okay, so actually they're less expensive than I thought. Soft Pastels Assorted Colors set of 72 are $59.99. I believe my coupon is for 15% off, so that'll save you a couple dollars. They always have free shipping when you order from my affiliate link. Don't order it from the Amazon link because you end up paying a little bit more going through the Amazon link. And they ship very quickly, and I'm telling you, this is a very weighted box. This is not a flimsy box by any means. I love that it is just looks quality. It's very heavy. And for those of you, again, that shy away from purchases from China, this is actually made in Korea. So there you go. If you have any questions, post them down below. I would like to know if you guys have these. What are your thoughts on them? Thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.